North Italy or South Italy, which is better? Italy is a genuine gem of the Mediterranean that continues to draw travelers from all over, with its 20 distinct regions, each with its own special treasures and breathtaking landscapes. However, with amazing cities like Milan, Pompeii, Venice, and Rome being spread around this wonderful country, the question of which region is best is difficult to answer. In this video, we will be doing a comparative analysis of the two major regions of Italy, North Italy and South Italy, to come to a conclusive answer on which region is better. It'll be great to know which region is best to visit or maybe live in, so make sure you stay with us until the end of the video so you can have your answer. To get us started, have at the back of your mind that despite being in the same country, North Italy and South Italy are so different. In fact, the dialects on the peninsula can occasionally be so divergent that even native Italians struggle to communicate effectively. The South is typically Mediterranean and influenced by the surrounding water, having been ruled by the Arabs, Greeks, and even the Spanish throughout its history. On the other hand, the North is typically wealthier, more industrialized, and has a richer historical heritage thanks to the French, Celts, and Germanic tribes. For our comparison between North Italy and South Italy, we'll be considering some major factors like the cost of living, weather, customs and culture, safety, and food. With these varying yet related factors, you'll be able to make your own conclusion, so enjoy. Starting off with the weather, what is it like in the south? Well, south of Italy, where we have Naples, Pompeii, and the capital city of Rome, amongst others, the summers are hot and dry, while the winters are very cold, but only last 3 months. The Mediterranean Sea has a significant impact on this area of the nation, which serves to moderate the temperature. For most, the weather is considerably better in the south, where summers are pleasant and dry, and winters are gentler, with temperatures about 15 degrees Celsius or 59 degrees of Fahrenheit. This is an important aspect to keep in mind if you want to visit historical sites all year round, or spend time on the beach. Southern Italy's summers are frequently quite hot, with temperatures up to 30 degrees of Celsius or 86 degrees of Fahrenheit on the warmest days. But it is easy to roam around places like Bari or Naples in the winter without requiring much more than a sweater. And you might be even able to go to the beach because there's never any snow. When we switch over to the north, there is a far wider variety of microclimates. There are lakes, mountains, hills, and the seashore all present here. And although some days may be drier than others, summers are often hot and muggy, while the winters may be extremely chilly with occasional snowfall and heavy rains. During the winter and certain times of the day, it's not unusual to encounter a dense fog in some northern regions, such as the Pianura Padana. As a result, the North's climate is considerably more varied and is no longer merely a vacation spot for sun worshippers. In North Italy, it only takes a few hours to get from the sun-drenched shore to the snow-capped Alps, which is just mind-boggling. Between November and February, snow is a given in the Alps, and on occasion, major cities like Milan will also see snowfall when the temperature drops to 5 degrees or lower. Northern Italy is much warmer in the summer, with regular highs of 20 or even 25 degrees of Celsius or 68 to 77 degrees of Fahrenheit, especially in Venice and Florence, where you could notice many residents leaving the city during these months to visit the southern beaches in order to escape the heat. Another criterion we'll be making our comparison with is the food, so if you're a foodie, pay attention. You won't want to end up on the wrong side of the plate. You may be wondering how different their cuisine is, but it's impossible to ignore the food when you're talking about a country like Italy. All around the country, a deep love for food is strong, as well as a passion and knowledge of regional land and sea products. Fresh fish with salad, lighter cheese-rich tomato sauces, the finest olive oil, and deep-fried meals are all staples of southern Italian cuisine, which is noted for its fresh seafood. In the South, knowing how to fry food is a religion that has been passed down through the years. You probably didn't know this, but pizza was actually invented in Naples in the region of Campania. And that's not all. The greatest buffalo mozzarella can be found in the little hamlet of Battipaglia, while Puglia is well known for its grilled octopus and torralli sandwich, and Sicily's food is heavily influenced by the cuisine of the Arab world. A focus is placed on the Mediterranean diet in southern Italy because delicious fruits and vegetables like tomatoes, lemons, and olives, which are later used to make olive oil, thrive in the hot, sunny atmosphere. For example, the South's prolific tomato production served as the impetus for Italy's most famous invention, pizza. And there is also Puglia, which is regarded as a small portion of the nation's bread basket, because bread is literally what the natives consume nonstop there. If you ever find yourself in the south of Italy, make sure you try some of the fried torralli dough or the sturdy local loaves with some Apulian olive oil. The South is also the source of world-class gelato, cannoli, olive oil, and Sicilian limoncello. Already, it looks like South Italy takes all the points when it comes to food, but wait till you see what the North has to offer. Northern Italian food is renowned for its robust and starchy tastes, the tastiest risottos, gnocchi, and delectable meat-based main courses can all be found in this region of the nation. The Milanese steak originated in Milan, while Treviso and Veneto is where you can get the delectable radicchio risotto. Due to its ties to northern nations like Slovenia, Austria, and France, butter is utilized considerably more frequently here than olive oil in numerous dishes, and you'll find richer meals with more cheese, butters, and meats in northern Italy as a result of the region's strong mountain influences, as well as those of its neighbors Switzerland, Austria, and France. Of course, this also applies to traditional pasta recipes, as this diet is derived from the mountainous regions that are excellent for animal husbandry. Rich, hearty dishes like fondues, as well as regional delicacies like truffles, are a necessity in the colder regions. From the alpine cheeses of the alpine areas to the gnocchi of Lombardia and Piemonte, where potatoes grow in the milder environment, geography has a significant impact on the cuisines. Great wines from the Tuscany vineyards can also be found in the north, while Treviso is renowned for being the birthplace of the traditional tiramisu dessert. Not bad, huh? Not bad. How about that for a comeback? Next, we'll take a look at how these two regions fare in terms of cost of living. We all have our weather preferences, and our taste buds differ as well. But when it comes to the cost of living, it's pretty straightforward. Living in the north is costlier than living in the south. The Italian economy runs on a train locomotive in the north of the country, and as you go farther south, the economic strength weakens. Italy as a whole is the 9th largest economy in the world, yet its economy is mostly dependent on the north for its manufacturing and services. This has led to a huge difference in living standards, with the average gross domestic product, GDP per capita, in the north far above the general for European countries, while the south continues to fall well short. Bolzano, Bologna, and Milan have the highest prices, while Naples, Campobasso, and Potenza have the lowest costs. Take this analogy to simplify things. If a 3-course lunch for 2 people at a mid-range restaurant in Milan in the north costs 70 euros, it costs about 50 euros in Naples in the south. Wait, what? That's right, the gap is that wide. For this reason, if you're visiting Italy for vacation, the south is preferable to the north, and you'll undoubtedly discover lower pricing for lodging, dining, and activities there. Many of the nation's manufacturers, as well as significant businesses and brands, are situated in northern Italy, along with the stunning lakes of Lake Como and Lake Garda, which are well-known sites that celebrities prefer for vacation. Northern Italy is also home to a sizable number of pricey ski resorts and winter sports destinations. You might not know this, but Milan is the nation's fashion hub and the location of pricey labels like Gucci and Dolce & Gabbana, hence the city is typically costly. Cities like Naples are significantly more affordable in the south of Italy because they are far more dependent on agriculture and tourism. Naturally, costs may be raised if you travel to southern tourist sites, but you'll typically discover far cheaper options. For accurate numbers, even though utilities are basically the same, amenities and local transportation are around 30% cheaper in the south. In addition, the monthly rent and property costs in the northern fashion hotspot are double what they are in the pizza capital, whether you want a one-bedroom apartment in the city center or a three-bedroom house on the outskirts. Regardless of what your purse looks like when you're traveling to Italy, staying in the south is definitely the best option. Moving on, we've earlier mentioned that the Arabs, Greeks, and Spanish reigned in southern Italy, while French, Celtic, and Germanic tribes reigned in the north. So when it comes to the culture and customs of the two sides of Italy, they are very different. It's left to you to find your preference for diversity. In general, Northern Italians are workaholics, reserved, and put extra attention on managing their lives properly. The culture in the north is much more similar to what we have in countries like Austria, France, and Switzerland, and you will discover many of these influences if you meet locals in the area. The culture can also be seen in the shops, products, food, and general lifestyle in the north, which may seem quite busy and fast-moving, much like the other cosmopolitan European cities. On the other hand, southern Italy's culture is generally seen as being friendlier, more outgoing, and more relaxed. It could be due to its warmer temperature, numerous beaches and islands that give them calmness, or something else. But the southerners are the kinder people. One effect of this mindset is that there is a lot of unrealized potential for all the gorgeous landscapes and beaches in these areas. This is there to be seen in the absence of transportation infrastructure and the numerous lost economic possibilities. Life moves more slowly in southern Italy. You'll actually see more people just meandering around Naples or taking a walk by the sea. Everything in southern Italy is done leisurely, whether it be lounging on the beach, going to work, or enjoying a drink with friends. It is a common misconception that northern Italians are more snooty and business-oriented than southern Italians. They are perceived as being more laid back by southern Italians, although they may also verge on being lazy. Remember, we mentioned it. Which custom is better is up to you to decide, but these are the facts. Lastly, our comparison would be based on safety. It is important to note that nationwide in Italy, crime is not a major issue. When it does occur, however, it is more frequent in specific southern regions due to poverty and the presence of the mafia. Many young people go to the north or overseas because of the sluggish and corrupted system in the south, which hinders economic growth efforts. Visitors shouldn't worry about safety in any region, although they may take precautions by staying away from distant villages or neighborhoods, especially in the south, if residents advise them to. And if visiting bustling cities like Rome and Naples, one must be careful of irresponsible drivers that routinely break the law on the road. With all this information at hand, we think you can easily come to the conclusion that South Italy is a better place to be than North Italy. If you enjoyed this video, go on to the next one on your screen. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and click the bell to never miss a new video from us. Also, in the comment section, let us know which side of Italy you prefer.